It's the hustle on that porch. I survived the films. Being broke at 40, give a nigga the chill. Being broke at 40, give a nigga the chill. Being broke at 40, give a nigga the chill. It's been a short, hard life full of stress and mess. Being broke at 40, give a nigga the chill. Being broke at 40, give a nigga the chill. Being broke at 40, give a nigga the chill. It's been a short, hard life full of stress and mess. All I had was my mind and my strength.
Peace. We're back with the A1 podcast. It's been a little minute. Brother been pretty busy. But as always, we hope we find you in the best of health and spirits, you know what I mean? As we travel on this road called life, we strive to be the best and show and prove and get rewarded in the universe. With that being said, it's been a lot going on. A lot to talk about, you dig? But I'm not gonna hold you too long. This just a refresher, let you know what we do and how we build. You know what I mean? Try to go ahead and keep you guys focused and keep pushing you forward. You know what I mean? Because every day we gotta refocus, re-examine, and go at it 10 times harder. Because these problems of the world are not slowing up. So like I say, always peace to the universe, peace to the indigenous people, you know what I mean, the original man, woman, and child, and, some of our other listeners, you know what I mean, because, believe it or not, them other people listen more than my own people, you dig? But we ain't gonna spend too much time on that. So I want to say, coming up on our 2-year anniversary of the A1 podcast, which is a beautiful thing. No one thought we would make it past 5 or 10 episodes, you dig? And I'm loving the feedback that I get from people when I see them in public or in the street. And that they're loving the conversations, they loving the builds that we're having, and we plan on expanding on that platform and that premise and taking it in many different directions. Where some people want me to talk about relationships, sometimes where other people want to talk about finances and things of that nature, on how you can grow your wealth, and or just good careers to choose, so that you can create wealth and sustain capital in a volatile market. You know what I mean? Because believe it or not, the American economy is very volatile. Yeah, it may sound boring. It may sound like what's my man from the movies with the Ben Stein with the real stale. You know what I mean? But this is shit that you need to know, and this is shit that we gotta understand, because the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, them shits is not coming back. They're gone, So we may get a little nostalgic from things from the past, and as we try to, remember or reminisce on how great that time was, or that thing we were allowed to do. But things change every day. So if you do not grow in a ever-changing world, you will become obsolete. And I'm not saying obsolete like an old piece of tech where we just throw you in the garbage. I'm saying, well, pretty much, that's what it is, because you become obsolete. You can no longer afford to house yourself, and when you cannot afford to house yourself, you cannot afford to feed yourself. And us, most of us have families and things like that, and as adults, that's why I believe so many of us right now are dealing with bouts with depression, because what we were told from our parents, is just not the reality today. But we'll get back to that. I digress, right? So, last time I spoke to you guys, I talked to y'all about robotic, self-replicating robots, right? And if you really don't believe that what they show you and Hollywood is a prelude to the future, you're slipping. Why else would you need a robot that can reproduce itself? If not to make men and women obsolete. See, the only reason why they needed poor men and women was to keep replicating a workforce for them. So if you keep having, y'all keep having intercourse, sex, whatever you want to call it, you keep doing that, and you don't understand finances, all all that's going to happen is that your lineage, for the most part, is doomed to be a servant or work in the working class. And I ain't knocking it, you know what I'm saying? Because shit, I started there. I'm there right now, you know what I'm saying? But we got to work our way out of that. And the first step of that is to understanding, the economy and finances. But that's a later show, I think it'd be a great build, especially if I can get some of my finance people together, one or two of them, just let them build for like 15, 20 minutes and just give y'all a little bit, you know what I mean? Because business is business, so these guys got to make their money too. But with that said, you know what I'm saying? That's just freaky. Like, what in the hell would make you think about making sure that a robot can replicate itself? Just stop and think about that. Like, where do you come from in your mind to just want to, damn, I think I want to see if I can make, two Terminator robots reproduce themselves. Crazy. They slip in the AI right there in front of you. You know what I'm saying? All these androids and shit like that. They even got robotic dogs. They call them droids something else, but they got robotic dogs hunting down illegal immigrants crossing the border. Look the shit up. This shit was on like ABC News or something like that the other day. Dead ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? This shit is changing right in front of you. You feel me? The second part of that is something I seen that was invented by Harvard and another smaller university. Robotic fish made from human heart cells. Think about that. It's a robot made from the cells of somebody's heart. If you don't think that shit's a problem, you trip. So we already got robots that fucking self-replicate. Then they're taking them, right, and they're giving them pieces of human DNA. So then you get that Star Trek effect where you don't know if a motherfucker is a real person or a robot. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that may come to pass in my lifetime, but you damn sure know it's going to come to pass. So you're looking at something and you don't even know if it's a person or whatnot. So basically, when we saying that these people, you know what I'm saying, these elites, they have a devilish agenda. You know what I mean? They just want to keep the whole planet to themselves and all its resources. They just need some of you just to keep buying their product. You know what I'm saying? To keep making them feel superior. And you know what I mean? Like that is something that you really need to get a handle on. Because during this whole pandemic, I said it once, I'm gonna say it again. How is it a pandemic and everybody else is losing money, getting cars repossessed, getting houses foreclosed on, but the richest, 10% to 1% all increased their net worth, while the rest of the people were being put out on the street with their children. Come on, bro. I mean, come on, just do the knowledge, man. Shit it don't add up. It don't take Stevie Wonder to see that the fix is it. You feel me? Well, let's be real. The only thing you can't do about it is to be aware of it. You know what I mean? Politicians been brought in, so you know what I mean. That's just what it is. If you don't believe that, shit, I got a bridge in Brooklyn I can sell you. You dig? Everybody think everything a fucking joke, but this shit is just real. And I ain't trying to be all doom and gloom, but you cats gotta wake up. And the beautiful thing is, like I said, when I see people on the street or I talk to people off the Facebook page or whatever, they appreciate the conversation because nobody's talking about this. Everybody's worried about what celebrities getting married, who's getting pregnant by who. Shit that don't matter. Shit that's not going to increase, your family's net worth. But I digress. We'll go on to the next one, right? So the next part about that is as they continually try to replace the the human worker, right? Because first it was us, the original people. Then it became our Latino family from south of the border. Then they was trying to go back to the immigrants, but then they said, "Nah, fuck that. We're gonna use robots." you dig? Something that I also talked about before was the Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell case, right? Now, if you recall, your man Jeffrey Epstein mysteriously hung himself from a 16-foot ceiling, right? Ghislaine Maxwell, she got a sentence. She got locked up. But I can't even recall how long she got locked up for. I know the guys who murdered Ahmaud Arbery got life, as they should. I know all of the cops, who had something to do with George Floyd got locked away, as they should. But I heard about her getting locked away, and it was like her case was never front and center, right? But I digress because that's not the point I'm making here. How about, remember we were talking about the Prince of Windsor, fucking Prince Andrew. Yeah, whatever the fuck his last name is. But of the Windsors, Harry and them uncle, the Queen's son. This motherfucker, everybody knew he was out there, raping and molesting little girls and little boys and shit like that. But everybody act like they turned a blind eye to it. Now, if you pay attention, you can remember that a couple of months ago, when all this sex trafficking shit broke, and how wide the conspiracy was because of how many people like Bill Gates, the Prince, and all these other powerful, influential people got caught up because they were all connected to Epstein. Remember that? I think it was the FBI said they wanted to talk to the Prince, but Windsor Palace wasn't going to let that happen. But the shit kept going and kept going, and then the old girl, his main accuser, testified in the Ghislaine Maxwell case. This is what they didn't want you to know, right? So she testified about how she met Andrew through them and da da da, and then long and behold, of course, Maxwell gets convicted. Now your man, he gets stripped of his princehood. Hold on, how was that not news though? Like, how was that not like front page news? The dude, he's Queen Elizabeth II's second oldest son, and he's no longer considered a prince. He got stripped of his princely title, but yet his mommy gave him money to settle with old girl out of court, and he's still ducking and dodging. You know what I'm saying? All these officials and shit. Peep how that shit played out. Peep how it played out. Now, I ain't saying your man Julian Assange is no motherfucking saying nothing like that. All he did was drop some bombs just so he can, gain some some popularity and some more notoriety for his what was that, WikiLeaks? You know what I'm saying? That shit blew up. Everybody was trying to get on WikiLeaks and find out all this information because he gave up some top secret information, right? But now all of a sudden he's a pedophile and they've been trying to lock his ass up forever. Get the fuck out of here. Well, you got Prince Andrew still running the fuck around. You got Woody Allen still running around. What's that dude, the other dude that raped that girl in California and then went to like Germany or Warsaw, some shit like that. But that's my whole point. You understand what I'm saying? And forgive me, I'm a little tired. As you can see, I'm not in my normal setting. Running around here working, grinding, you know what I'm saying? You know how it goes. Shit never stop, right? But still, let's deal with that. All these rich and powerful people are making shit just disappear, right? But at the same time, Amanda Seales can accuse Russell Simmons of rape, come back, admit that she lied on him and the other man that she accused of rape, and I'm flipping through the channels and I see Homegirl got a cooking show. the fuck out of here. So you gotta understand that the fix is actually in. You gotta be able to see this shit. You know what I'm saying? In the words of one of my favorite cousins, you can't be third eye blind to this shit. You feel me? Because it's things you see with your two eyes, and it's something else that you see with your mind eye. You feel me? But that's a whole nother level. Because I know some of y'all cats are still taking baby steps. We with you. But as long as you keep coming, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna keep growing, and that's what we want to see. But yeah, man, you gotta open up your third eye, man, because shit is real. You know what I'm saying? And it's everybody talking about it's like, yo, it's all this conspiracy theory shit. Keep it a band, keep it a band, right? Was looking at something, was reading it, right, and me and my peoples was building, right, and it came out. It's like, yo, a conspiracy, a conspiracy theory is not a conspiracy. It's a theory that has yet to be proven true, which over time always comes out to be proven true. You feel what I'm saying? Like all that fucking Wayfair, sex trafficking of kids, Pizzagate, all that shit happened. It's been happening since the 80s and they've been proving it. Or like the fact that our federal government is the ones that plant the drugs in the communities and plant these guns in the communities. You feel what I'm saying? But you gotta understand this, and you can't just say what can I do or what not, but not just putting your head in the sand. Like I said before, you gotta be aware of this shit because this is the new, evolving, and ever-changing world, and you gotta be able to direct your children, our youth, and our future, how to navigate this minefield. You dig? So that's some food for thought. Like I said, I ain't gonna be here too long on this one. This is a short one. I'll probably pop back up in a day or two. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to build with y'all, give y'all something short, give y'all a little food for thought, something to think about. Yeah, the next one, I read this a couple of days ago. I've been wanting to talk about this because I said it before. I read it in the back of the newspaper, and they keep talking about, oh, the new swine flu, the new swine flu. Well, the reason why they talk about the swine flu, if you don't know, because it had a higher mortality rate, all right, than that virus thing. You know what I'm saying? I forgot it. This is YouTube. I'm not allowed to say it on YouTube, but my people over there on Anchor, they know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? That thing that you gotta wear the mask for. You feel me? So it has a higher mortality rate than that. And the fact of the matter, people are not dying the way they anticipated, right? And people aren't scared as much as they anticipated. They're not running to go get these jabs. You feel me? A lot of people only had one. Few people only had two. And if you notice, they keep moving the goalposts. First you get one, you'll be fine. Then you get two, you'll be fine. No, now you gotta have three. Now you gotta have four. Well, you gotta keep getting a booster. Just crazy, right? So pay attention because that was the old technology while they was going ahead and paying illegal immigrants money for Trump separating the families at the border, while they telling you they didn't have no money to give you reparations from all the land that they stole from you and all the family members they murdered. And at the same time, now that he's getting flack about it, right? Now he's about to do like that movie Wag the Dog. He's about to go ahead and start a war. You feel what I'm saying? He's going over there provoking your boy to start a war. You know what I mean? Like it's not pre-planned. You feel me? Like he wants to go ahead and beef with Russia over somebody else's business when he ain't even fixed home yet. But then on the flip side, while he's doing that, he's going to rob you to pay for it. Oh yes, we don't have money for nothing else, but he hired I think it was like 80,000 IRS agents to go ahead and tap your pocket whenever you got over $600 in your bank account. And they also want to go ahead and track your Cash App, your Venmo, your Zelle, whatever the fuck you got going on, your crypto. Your crypto has to be reported to the IRS agency. But peep it though, I need you to understand something. The IRS is not a government agency. It is a private corporation. Shit, if you don't know that, you know what I'm saying? You can look that up, man. I bet you $50 when I see you. IRS is a private corporation, bro. Sister, that shit's not. You know what I mean? You can find people from the Caucasus region telling you that. That's why Wesley and Lauryn Hill got in trouble because they got around some people that gave them some info, but they didn't give them all the info. You feel what I'm saying? And it was already proven in one of the higher courts. I think it was federal court or the Supreme Court, but I know the state appellate courts or something like that. They won't let you go up that high, and that's how they go ahead and get you and snatch all your properties and lock you the fuck up. You feel me? You know, you ain't gotta believe me. You know what I'm saying? Look at the shit with Byron Allen. You feel me? It's ways around shit, man. You know, you just gotta have long enough money. But like I said, I ain't gonna hit y'all too long in the head. It's getting kind of late. I gotta get up first thing in the morning. But it's one more thing I wanted to talk to y'all about, and I got other stories and shit that I've been checking out. But the brother Tone Talks. You know what I mean? Like I said, I listen to some of these other guys and girls, and they give out great information. I think you should check it out. You know, like I said, I don't agree with everybody, you know, but a lot of stuff they say is true, and I understand it. And you know, like even myself, I don't think you should agree 100% with me, but you should be able to understand and take the food that I give you and decide for yourself. But I started off talking about the money gap with us, right? As the time keeps going. Well, I was listening to Antonio Moore today on Tone Talks, and he was talking about, and I don't know if it was from today or a couple of days ago or whatever, but the point is, how is it that we as original people, ADOS, whatever you want to call FBN, whatever, a man who's in his 30s, getting ready to be 40, goes ahead and saves to buy a house, has a pretty decent career as a correctional officer in California, stayed with his parents so he could save up the down payment, got his credit right, and he still cannot afford a house by himself. He probably won't even be able to afford a house when he's married. People didn't understand that and why that's so alarming. Oh, he need a better job. What job? They canceling a lot of the jobs. You understand? They're trying to eliminate the middle class, period. The phrase "you will own nothing and be happy" is some real shit that these ultra elite people are trying to sell you. Now, we may be a little older, so you know we're not trying to go for it, but at the same time, we don't change our thinking and our spending habits. We ain't got no choice. You know what I mean? That is just inevitable. And this is what this that conversation is showing you, right? So if you at one point in time, if you live with your family for a while, and you know you went had a career, you get $15,000, you could buy a nice house, right? No matter if your credit wasn't the highest, but the way they do it now, right? The market, like the market for houses has skyrocketed. A house that was older, let's say it was about 20 years old, right? So that means it built in like 2000. That house used to cost about 150,000 to 200,000. Now that same house costing 300 to 400,000. You see what I'm saying? And at the same time, the amount of money that people are making is going down. And this has been a trend in this country for the past 30, 40 years, right? They will go ahead and close the factory or the company that you're working at, right? Let you go on unemployment for a little while. Bring another company into the same facility doing something similar but a little different. Have you come over there, do more work for less money, and then make you feel like, well, you just happy to have a fucking job, right? That's the whole point of it. You will own nothing and be happy. Think about it. They could have been raised the minimum wage to like $20, right? But they didn't. in some states, minimum wage is still $7 in 2022. The fuck you gonna do with $7 in 2022? Let's be real. Fuck, most people can't even pay to fucking fill up their car with $7. You understand? And if you don't believe me, understand that AAA already talking about the gas prices about to be the highest they've been in like 7, 8 years. Wait for it. You know what I'm saying? Don't take my word for it. Wait for it. So the point I'm trying to make here is for my generation, the generation a little bit above me, and the one right below me. The buck gotta stop with us. You understand? From the '60s, like from the '50s up till now, we own less houses, we own less homes, right? So that means it's less generational wealth or any kind of wealth being passed down. So if you don't own any property, you can't sell any property, right? You can't own any interest. Excuse me, you can't earn any interest. I told you I was tired. But you can't earn any interest if you don't have any land. Remember, as kids, they will always tell you, get more land, buy land. Why? Because they're not making any more land. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, between banking redlining practices and all other, underhanded practices, they were keeping you out. So now they're saying that, oh yeah, we're making more money than we ever had before. Well, on the surface level. But if you look at it deeper, the indigenous family actually owns less of America's wealth. They're actually, what my man say, he said, I think we're only worth like $2,000 liquid if you take out the family car. The average American family can only gather up like $2,000 between all its members in cash. And I'm not talking about, the people from the Caucasus region. I'm talking about the indigenous people. You dig? And that's a problem. And if you thinking I'm bullshitting, just think about it. Or just sit down and have casual drinks with people, when you're networking or you're building with your people. And just kind of slide it into the conversation. You feel me? Just ask. Not getting into nobody's business because you know how we hate for people to be in our business. But I'm just saying. So go ahead and ask, right? Motherfuckers will sit back and look and start thinking, damn, if I had to go get some money right now, if I had to go to the bank, see what I'm saying? Most people ain't having it because we're trapped in a situation for the most part where we're living check to check. And if you live in check to check, that's a recipe for disaster. You're one check away from homelessness, right? And then with most of our families living in poverty themselves, right? Who the hell are you gonna call for help? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just that simple. And it is the biggest problem is I think we really stopped creating opportunities for ourselves. And as Dr. Neely Fuller said, we became a culture of show-offs where we trying to shit on each other and show how much better we are than the person next to us, even though that's your home girl, your right hand man, or whatever. It's just a sick culture that we have been given because I don't remember us making that the culture. It just became a culture that's been influenced to us by television and radio programming. It is what it is. Sometimes you got to roll with the punches and you know how to weave it out. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, yo, how they say it on them little social media sites. How are you up and you balling and your team is down and struggling? Whether it's your family, your kids, your friends, you know what I'm saying? That's weak. You know what I mean? And even if you one of those funny people like, well, yeah, fuck them. That ain't me. That's them. That just goes to show what kind of person you are, the character you are. You ain't gonna get as far as you think. Because at the end of the day, right, if you're not circulating that dollar in your community, all that money's still going away from you. And even though people think that they're so smart, if you don't have a little network where that money's flowing back and forth before it leaves out, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Sooner or later, that shit just gonna, because the majority, the bulk of your income is gonna keep leaving, right? And as it keeps leaving, it's not returning. Sooner or later, you're gonna be flat broke. You might be the smart one, but if you don't teach your kids, your nieces, nephews, etc., how to invest and how to grow their money, and if you don't learn, if you don't know how to teach them how to do that, pretty much your family tree is fucked. Hate to say it, but you gotta just be blatant. So I've been on here for about 30 minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit y'all with the remember to like, subscribe, and share. And please get down in the comment section, man. Y'all be watching, but I think y'all be really, nervous. But at the end of the day, man, there's no wrong answer. You know what I mean? This is a community where we build and build each other up. And there's a lot of people that I'm in contact with that offer different services. So, the only way you gonna know is to go ahead and build. You know what I mean? So, go ahead and take that as food for thought. But as always, I hope I left you in a better position than I found you in. Hope you learned a little something. I hope it made you grow a little bit. And I hope I lit a little fire under you. Because all that la-di-da shit, wait till tomorrow shit, you know what I mean? You got to get up and get out and do something. I think that was Outkast that said that. You feel me? Shit is real. So peace and love to the universe. Hope to see y'all soon. Peace.